Hey everybody, this is Drew Dale here with Consummate Marketers, premium consultants for the online and marketing industries. Now, today I wanted to share with you something that has brought tremendous success in our business, with the hope that you can implement it in your business and it will be as successful, if not more. Now, today is going to be a behind the scenes look at creating a landing page, which is the second step in the process for doubling your luxury home sales. Okay, so like I said, it's creating a landing page. Now, let me just go through a quick overview. Today we're going to be covering the difference between a landing page and a regular website homepage. You're going to be looking at the necessary elements of a good landing page. We're going to be talking about how to create pages without any technical knowledge or technical expertise. We're looking at the top mistakes that most realtors are making now. And then we're going to do a little exercise to show you how you can benefit from the failures of your colleagues. Now, the benefits of this particular step are: one, you're going to be able to attract qualified leads. You're going to be able to turn leads into prospects. Now, it's going to be automated, getting better results, doing less work, and more profit and fewer time wasters. So let us look at a landing page versus a website. Now, this is a huge issue. Most realtors, as you'll see, we're going to be doing an exercise a little bit later, but you'll see that most realtors are using their website's homepage as their landing page, and this is a huge no-no. Okay, so what's the difference between a landing page and a website? Now, a landing page is a special web page that has been created to achieve a singular outcome, whereas a website is a series of pages containing information about a person, business, product, or service. So let us look at your typical real estate websites or luxury real estate websites. Now, they're typically provided by the franchise company or either created by the broker companies such as Remax, Century 21, Christie's, Sotheby's, Keller Williams. They all provide a website template. They typically allow the user to do a property search using MLS or IDX, which is information data exchange. They provide stuff like buyer info and tips, seller info and tips, mortgage calculators, local neighborhood information. So let us look at a typical website flow. So we just talked about the several functions of a website, but let's just diagrammatically look at a typical flow and see what the illustration looks like. So a lead enters your website and they hit the home page. Now, on the home page, there are several different options. The user can look at listings, they can do a property search, they can get buyer tips, local info, seller tips, mortgage calculator. Now, each one of these has some sub features. So in the listings, for example, you could look at featured listings or property updates. For buyer tips, you may be able to looking at the paperwork or first time buyers or financial requirements. So there are several different options or sub options under these, and then those again have even more sub options. So for example, if a buyer came to your website or someone came to your website and they were interested in purchasing a property, this is the route that they would have to take. They'd hit your landing page, then they would have to do a property search. They'd have to find a property or a bunch of properties that they liked or were interested in, and once they found those properties, then they could contact the agent. And that's typically how a website works. Now, contacting the agent, most websites have several options. You can either do a phone call, send an email, but it's not directly targeting any specific format. So what most people do is they'll write down a telephone number, and if it's after hours, they'll intend to call the agent in the morning or the next day, and most of the time they'll just forget. And so the agent will have no way of contacting that person or following up. So let's look at the landing page flow. Person enters the landing page, they receive a targeted message, and they are then asked to sign up. This, as you can see, is a much simpler format than the previous one. So the previous one, these are all options. So think about being on a highway and you're trying to get from point A to point B, and it's a one-way road with pretty much no exits. That's your landing page format. The website format is you're going from point A to point B, but there are several forks in the road, there are several exits, there are several turns. Chances of someone reaching their destination, it's a lot less than if you're on a one-way road where there are no turns and the only option is to go straight and get to point B. So that's what a landing page does. So as you can see here, once user signs up, they actually enter into our sales funnel. Sales funnel, as you know, is a process by which leads are converted into customers. And this is where you can start to automate things, and you can start to handle more leads and be more scalable. So you have two different types of funnels. Well, you should have two different types of funnels. Remember, it's a point A to point B one-way road. So you should ideally have one landing page for all your buyers, and then you have a separate landing page for all your sellers. You don't want to give them too many options, because in this day and age with ADD, people are just they have very short attention spans, and so every time someone has to click or take an action, then you're going to lose a lot of people. So you want to make the process as simple as possible. Now think about it this way: if you had an issue with your heart, for example, and you wanted to get the best result, you could either go to someone who specialized in hearts, a cardiologist, or you could go to your general practitioner. Your website that you receive, or a website that you have built, is more of a general practitioner. It has everything. It's a great site. It's great for helping users once they're already into your funnel, but they typically aren't that good in terms of getting users into your funnel. So let's talk about creating landing pages. Now, this is actually extremely simple. You can either outsource it. There are sites like Elance and Freelancer.com, Fiverr.com. Once we're done with this, I'll jump off and just give you some examples. You can do it yourself if you for some reason like to code or program. I can't imagine why, but if you want to do it yourself, then by all means have at it. There are also simple do-it-yourself programs. There's a site called Lead Pages. There's also Optimized Press, where you pretty much don't need any specialized knowledge, and you can create professional looking pages that convert really well. Again, I'll show you another example of one of the pages that we are using that is doing very well right now. Okay, so what are the components of a good landing page? Landing pages, really, you only need three components. You're going to need content, you're going to need a lead capture mechanism, and then you're going to need an incentive offer. Content is pretty much self-explanatory. It has a headline, some information, bullet points. You may have photos or audio or even videos. This is just what you say. Now keep in mind, this is different from your typical website. The content on your landing page should support one purpose, and that is to get the user to sign up and leave their contact information. And that's the whole point of your content on your landing page. A lead capture, well, this is just a sign up box. something to get the user's name and email, something to record the user's name and email. You can outsource this. You can get a sign up box, or have a sign up box created on Freelance, Elance, or Fiverr, any of these sites, pretty cheaply. Fiverr is only $5, so you can do it yourself if you're familiar with HTML coding, or you can use an autoresponder. This is actually the method that we recommend, because an autoresponder will then tie into your automated responding service, and you will have the ability to choose from dozens, if not hundreds of different styles in terms of web forms. Alright, so the final component of your landing page is going to be your incentive offer. Now, an incentive offer is, you can think of it as, for lack of a better term, a bribe. Something that you're going to give your prospects or your visitors in exchange for permission to contact them at a later date. So again, you're going to use this to entice your leads or prospects to share their contact information. This is something usually free. It's centered, now this is really important, it's centered around the best outcome that you can provide for your prospect. So if someone is looking to sell their home in Malibu, for example, the first thing that they're going to be thinking about is, I wonder how much I can get this, I wonder how much I can sell this house for. So your incentive would be something along the lines, Malibu home prices in the third quarter of 2013, for example. Now, popular formats are, you can do a PDF, a video, you can do a list, you can do an automated update. These things are easy for you to give away, but very valuable for the customer. Now, when it comes to an incentive, there is a framework that is necessary for the incentives to be effective, or as effective as possible. One, you're going to state the problem. So first you have to show the user that you understand their concern. The whole point of a user coming to your website is because they have a problem. So you need to show them that you understand their problem. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to state the problem. For example, right now, people in Malibu are having problems selling their 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 10,000 square foot home. I can't imagine why you want to build one like that, but just for example, you validate the problem. So here's where you can use third-party data if applicable or if available. So you could say something like, a recent study by XYZ Corporation showed that of the 50 1-bedroom, 10,000 square foot homes available in Malibu, homeowners were only able to sell 4 or 6. Then you elaborate a little bit. This is because it's a 1-bedroom, 50,000 or 20,000 square foot home. You further agitate and substantiate that problem. Again, you just want to be as clear as possible and make sure that the user understands that you know what their problem is, and you can identify with that problem. So once you have clearly stated the problem, and once the user is comfortable that you understand their problem, then you can start to help them. So the next phase in this framework is to state the opportunity. Opportunity can be stated something along the lines of, despite all the issues that people have in terms of trying to sell their 1-bedroom homes in Malibu, some homeowners are actually getting a high price or record sales prices. You then substantiate the problem by showing some sales data or something along those lines, and then you transition to the content. The reason you don't want to go ahead and state the problem and then transition directly to the content is because people are pretty much going to be pissed off thinking about the problem when you are giving your solution, and so it's just going to fall on deaf ears. So you want to go ahead and show them that there's an opportunity out there before you start to transition to your solution. So once you have given them an idea of what opportunities are available, then you can start to present your content. So in this case, if your bribe was 5 ways to sell your Malibu home, your 1-bedroom 50,000 square foot Malibu home, you'd go ahead and just list those 5 ways, list that content. Now, once you've gone through your content, then you can do your close. Your close is simply, you can do a direct close, which is directly asking the prospect to become a client, or you can do an indirect close. Both of these are covered in a little bit more detail in step number 3. I don't want to get too involved into that right now. I don't want to drill down too deeply into that right now for time purposes. So a close is essentially you're just asking for the business. Now let's look at different types of pages. There are info pages, video pages, audio pages, picture pages, sales letter type pages, several different options that you have available to you. Let me just make a quick note on mobile pages. Now, 49% of home buyers actually began their property search on a cell phone. That's according to Google, a joint report between Google and National Association of Realtors. So don't forget to have your site mobile optimized. This you can do yourself. You can actually, again, outsource it. There are online resources such as Do the Mobile or Be Mobilized. I think GoMobi.info is another one. Do the Mobile is probably one of the ones that I would recommend. They actually have some of the easiest services to use. So let me just go ahead and jump off of this and show you what I'm talking about. So one of the things that you can do to get a leg up on your competition. So let's do luxury homes in Malibu, CA. There are several different people are advertising here. You can see the ads on the right. So let's go with this one. I'm just again, I'm not trying to pick on anyone provider, but as you can see, I was saying, once you get here, there are several different options. You know, there's the property search, there's the buying, there's the selling, the newsroom, inside access, home value, you know, good to know. There's several different options. So let's say I said did a search for Malibu, and I'm gonna go 1 million. 1, 2, 3. 1 million, no max, and I did a search. See, I would then have to go here and then click on the property. Okay, this might be a little, okay, so again, you know, there's several steps that I would have to take before I could actually contact an agent. And so let me just jump back off of here. So as I explained earlier in the slideshow, most realtors are doing this. Now I could do a Google search for pretty much luxury homes Miami Beach. We could do a search for pretty much any area, in any area across the country, and we're going to be coming up with the same things. Okay, so remember, we want to be specialized. We don't want to just have a generic website that we send everybody to. So if someone were going to, let's go back to, if I were a seller, again, I would have to go here and then choose an agent and pricing a home. You know, there are several steps that I would have to take to see what I wanted. Now, in this one here, let me give you an example of the, this is, I don't know why it's so difficult for me to type and talk. Okay, this is an example of an opt-in page that, this is the opt-in page that you probably saw. So here's an incentive. As you can see, there is pretty much just one option. You can either enter your information to get the incentive, or you can leave. That's pretty much it, you know. Here is, you know, you have several different things. Now, you have to remember, you're not trying to create a website that is going to be getting people to click around and giving the most information possible. That's not the point of your landing page. For your website is great, but for your landing page, that's not the point. The point of a landing page is to collect contact information. That's it. Now, this one here is pretty basic. There is a program, as I said, it's called Lead Pages, and it allows you to, this is the back end of Lead Pages. Once you log in, let me just go to Lead Pages. This is what it looks like, but once you log in, this is where it's going to carry you. And Lead Pages is relatively inexpensive. It's maybe $100 or $200 for the year, but it allows you to create your landing pages. So here we want opt-in pages, so it gives you several templates. It has an AdWords page. It has a basic page, basic squeeze page. So here, you as you can see, there's several different options to select from. This one says that it is PPC ready, so you can actually put this up on Google or Facebook or any of those things, any of those services. And again, just to give you an idea, now Google may have different requirements, so just a basic page, you may need a little bit more information. But as you can see here, if we wanted to change this page here, I could use a book. No, that's not good. Okay, let me use this one. Okay, and I could say here Malibu home sales report 2013, and then here I'm just going through and just free report on Malibu home prices. Okay. If I didn't like the background, I could choose, let's say, just put a white background. I like to keep things, pretty clean. But here you could, further elaborate on it. Let me just go ahead and select this book again. But as you can see, and then you put a logo. But literally, a site like this would take me, maybe 10 minutes. You just click on the different things and you can change everything that you wanted to change. This right here. If you didn't have a credit card section, if you weren't in this section, you're not necessarily going to be offering anything here for sale, so you can just hide all of this if you want, this entire section, you can just go through and just hide them individually. I'm not gonna do the entire thing, but here it is awesome to own a home in Malibu, California. The views are amazing. And you can just put whatever you want, but as you can see, you don't need any technical knowledge to create a page like this, and you can use any image you like. You can actually get someone to create an image like this on Fiverr for $5. So in this case, you would just use maybe the cover of a sales report or something along those lines. So that is how you create a landing page using lead pages. And again, in the exercise you can do for yourself to kind of check up on your competitors and see which of them actually have some good landing pages and which of them don't, is to just do a search in your area, luxury homes or maybe luxury realtors. Let's say Buckhead, GA, and then you can just search and see, look at the websites for the different people and see whether or not, okay, let's look at Atlanta Homes in Buckhead. Again, I'm not trying to pick on any particular firm or company, but again, you can see if I'm a seller and I'm looking to sell my home, I have to, where would I go? I don't know, sell, I guess. Sell your home. And it asks you some basic information. So again, I would have to go, several steps in. Maybe it asks me to contact. So I mean, you can just look at the different pages and see what your competitors are doing. And this would give you an idea of how easy. Now just remember that most people aren't doing, most people don't have good landing pages, and so as a result you are in a much better position than they would be, because you now know that you can specialize and get way better results. Again, we've used this in our own personal business and it has had tremendous success, so we encourage you to just go ahead and create something, try it out, test it out, and hopefully you'll be able to emulate the same results, if not get better results. Now, I think I'm just gonna, for the interest of time, I'll just stop this video here. But if you like this type of thing and you want us to help you to double your real estate sales, then you can go ahead and click on, there's a button below this page. There's a button below this page that should say yes, let me in, or something along those lines. I'll just go ahead and click that button and look at read the letter, look at the requirements, and schedule a consultation, a free consultation call with us. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it, and we will talk to you soon.